Hi, I'm Carlene, and this is Carlene Tonight. Hi, I'm Carlene, and this is Carlene Tonight. I have Matt McFarland in the house. Welcome, Matt.
I love the fact that, like, behind you on the wall, there's a huge picture of Channing Tatum. That's awesome.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah. I don't know. Did I pick the wrong guy?
No. I'm more of a Ryan Gosling kind of girl.
Okay. Now, listen, here's the thing. I'm completely 100% in touch with my sexuality.
Yeah.
But if I was homosexual, I would be all over Idris Elba like it was my job.
So many women love him.
Okay. Here's the thing. The fact that who is it that came out? Tom Hardy's supposed to be in line for the next Bond. Are you cracked? It's got to be Idris Elba. Can you imagine that specimen being James Bond?
Wow, I'm going to watch it in theaters. Like, if Idris Elba is doing it. Even, do you like Shamar Moore? Or even, what's his name? He's another, I can't think of his name right now.
Have you seen The Wire?
The Wire, no.
Back the truck up for 1 second. You're an Idris Elba fan and you haven't seen The Wire?
I'm not a huge Idris Elba fan. I've watched some of his movies.
No, this is unacceptable. Okay, this is it. No, sorry. It's been a wonderful chat. I'm out. No.
Oh
okay.
my God, is that it?
Okay. You need to seriously, Carlene, honestly, legitimately, The Wire is quite possibly the best written television show ever created, and Idris Elba is the best. You have to watch The Wire. It's unbelievable.
You working for Netflix or
no? It's actually it's an HBO show. No, it's an HBO show. Yeah, and the reason why
HBO paying you?
No. And the reason why you don't know about it is because when it came out. It was on after The Sopranos. Okay, and The Sopranos cannibalized it.
Sopranos.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched The Sopranos after The Sopranos was big.
If you love Idris Elba now, you will have his babies after you watch The Wire.
Oh my God.
I'll have his babies, and I can't even do that.
Artificial insemination.
That's whatever. You
know what I mean? Just get someone to inseminate your wife. And
I was going to say inseminate me, and I'm not sure how we extract the child from.
Is that right? No. What is it? In vitro? No.
It's something. It's in. You put something in.
I'm not a doctor.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm just an announcer here.
Just an announcer that has never seen The Wire, and you should be freaking ashamed of yourself.
God, I'm so sorry. You know what? We can't talk about shows that I haven't watched because then you're gonna be like, you haven't watched Game of Thrones? Oh my God! Guys.
Have you seen Breaking Bad?
Yes.
Okay. There was a bullet that was avoided right there. Let me tell you.
That show was intense.
It was intense.
Every season.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So to get through the distance learning thing, what I've done is I'm actually making meth in my garage. Now I'm not selling any of it. I'm just taking it.
COVID, you're driving us crazy.
Yeah.
All of us are doing things, extracurricular activities that we never thought we'd be doing.
That's it. Yeah. People are washing their groceries. I'm making meth in my garage.
Right.
With my 7-year-old.
And people are baking. People are painting. I'm like, where's the flour? I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeast. You couldn't get yeast for like 3 months. It was
I went to No Frills the other day.
Yeah.
Yesterday. And they're out of toilet paper again. I was just.
Okay. I was in the grocery store, this is like last week, and there was a lady that was walking around she had the cart, and the cart was completely full, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm unaware, are we out again? Now, it's very simple to get through it. You just use your hand, you just scoop it out. That's what you do. You just scoop out all of the organic matter from the area. Who needs toilet paper, right?
We could get leaves, napkins.
Leaves.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, winter's coming.
Get a rag.
Leaves are going to be tough. Yeah.
That's what they used to do back in the day. Go in a bush and,
Yeah, but they all had poison ivy in their bum cracks, though. That's the problem, right? Speaking of horticulture.
Oh my God. We're not dealing with apocalypse. The grocery store is not going to close tomorrow.
It's going to be okay. If we didn't run out of toilet paper the first time, I'm pretty sure we're not running out now.
They're on back order.
Are they really? Toilet paper?
I don't know.
Like, it's just, what the hell, man? Everybody needs to, like, yeah. It's the most 2020 thing. We have murder hornets, and people are hoarding toilet paper.
I'm just dying. The toilet, like the mask and toilet paper. Like, which one is it? Like,
you wear them both at the same time. When you're rocking a really stinky deuce, you got to have the mask on, and it helps to protect the smell.
People
cool. So
never go to the bathroom and think the same again once they're listening to this show. Like,
they're going to be like, I got to put my mask on because last night was taco night, and it's going to be a disaster in there.
Oh my God. For those of you tuning in, we're with Matt McFarland, and he has his own podcast, The Growing Season.
Yep.
How long have you been doing that? It looks like you said over a year.
Yeah. Recently had our 1-year anniversary, but I've been doing broadcasting for a number of years. I'm a horticulturalist, landscape designer, installer, and a father of 2.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Yep.
Happy, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
You're busy.
Busy. Yeah, it's busy. Yeah, it's this distance learning thing. I'm not sure if the government really sat down and worked this crap out before they decided to put this thing together, because there's no, like, if you're working full time, it doesn't exist. Like, I have a 7-year-old in grade 2, and my daughter is in SK. So the SK is great because they log on at like 9 in the morning, and they do like singing songs about worms and crap and whatever till about 9:30, and whatever they're doing, and then they get like 2 or 3 activities, most of which involve coloring and going for a walk and talking about birds and stuff, which is cool. And then they log in at around 1 o'clock for singing songs and working on shapes and stuff. And then they log in again at around 2:30. So that's nice because my SK, she's kind of independent. She will go and do stuff. But the grade 2, Carlene, this is going back to school. Like, I'm in school. Like, you can't get anything done. Like, it's all day. Asking a 7-year-old to be able to take a photograph, take a screenshot of something, and then upload it to Google Docs. He's 7. Like, he's 7. Like, so it's impossible. Not impossible, but we're going to tough it out. Part of the reason why we're doing it, and I'm not in any way knocking parents that have made a choice to send their kids back. A first cousin of mine died of COVID. And she was 44 years old with no prior health issues. And so when that happened, that pretty much sealed the deal for us when it came to whether or not we're sending our kids back. My parents have health issues. My wife's parents have health issues. So it made sense for us to keep the bubble tight, keep the kids home right now. But it's not without sacrifice. I was just telling a friend of mine, this pandemic, between all streams of income, has cost me $86,000 and counting. And
why so much?
Well, just I'm a musician as well, so all of my festival gigs throughout the summer were all canceled. Everything was canceled. Had some really high-end festival stuff, and then as well as the landscaping, I had a bunch of landscaping set up, and then COVID hit, and all that dropped off. Now I did manage to make up a good chunk of it over the summer, but now I'm having to push all of my fall work into next spring with a bunch of really understanding clients, and I'm just saying, listen, like, I have kids at home that are distance learning, and right now I'm sure I'll be able to get out on job sites coming up, but I have to get the kids up to speed. Like, this is a whole new way of learning, right? My son's in grade 2. He's done his first 3 years in school, in conventional school, and now we're expecting him to be able to basically do all of this distance learning. It's really tough. Now, for me, on the other end of this, prior to all this, like last year, my son's grade 1 year, which many consider to be one of the foundation years when it comes to learning, he had a teacher from September to November, and then she went off on mat leave, and then he had another teacher from November until basically, I don't know, basically let's call it February, because they lost 1 month due to strikes in school. And then COVID hit. So my son basically has only really gotten about a half a year of grade 1. So now we're into grade 2 and he's behind on reading and stuff because he got half a year in grade 1. And even with us working with him, there's nothing like having an actual educator. So this has been a colossal disaster. Like it's just been now the teachers are wonderful. His grade 2 teachers, absolutely fabulous. And she's completely aware of the fact that her entire grade 2 class has basically only got a half year of grade 1 in them and everybody's scrambling. So it's a lose-lose situation right now. Like if your kids are in school, you're probably stressed to death about having your kids in school. And if your kids aren't in school, you're probably stressed to death because your kids aren't in school. It's endless.
Yeah. For anyone who's listening, who's a parent, they can relate, especially
Absolutely.
because sure. I even said to another co-host, someone who else was on the show, that he doesn't think it's going to last very long, like until they shut down schools again. And
cases are on the rise again. And from what I've heard, I haven't been in conventional school, but the kids are not having fun. They can't interact with anybody outside of their class. So let's say you were in a grade 1 class last year, and then now there's 3 grade 2 classes. So your best friend, who you would only see at recess, let's say they were in the other class. Well, you can't interact with that class now. You can only interact with those in your class, as well as there's plexiglass and plywood set up, so you can only go one way down the hallways. It's not what school used to be, as well as you're in masks, even on recess, even in gym, they have them wearing masks. So wow. Imagine running around and you got a mask on your face, or
even in gym class.
Yeah.
And how many people are allowed in gym?
I don't know. I have no idea. And I know that like recess is offset. So you've got this
I thought they
class,
were spending a lot more time outside though.
But coming up, I mean, you can't be doing that when it's in the minuses, right? So it's nobody's having a great time of it right now. And people say, okay, well, at least when we get a vaccine, well, when's that coming? And who wants to be the first in line? I don't want my kids to be the first in line. No,
this is a new thing. Not even scientists have all the answers to it. And like you said, you have a family member who passed away, and I'm sorry to hear that. And they had no prior health issues.
No prior health issues. So she was 44 years old with no prior health issues. She was in Trillium Healthcare Center for 9 days, 7 days vented. And over the course of those 7 days, she was tested 3 times. All 3 of those tests came back negative.
Really?
They were 24 hours off of releasing her because she was on the mend. And they said, let's do one more test. So this is test number 4. And they tested her the 4th time. 4th test comes back positive. But they said, you're already on the mend. We've been taking your vitals the whole way. You're probably best to just go home, isolate at home, get your family out of the house or whatever, or at least have them in the home, but you have to quarantine. And within 3 hours of her being home, she had a stroke and died.
Do you think that could have been prevented?
If she was in the hospital, they have something called a stroke buster, which is a drug or whatever that can basically clear the blockage in the brain. So maybe. But the issue being is that this thing's killed more people in 9 months than the worst years of the flu. We're up over 1 million deaths now, and that's as of October the 1st. The worst years of the flu are between 450 and 650,000. So we're up over 1 million in less than a year. So these people saying that it's no more than the flu. It's not right. Like that's information coming from Johns Hopkins Medicine, one of the foremost medical universities on earth, is reporting that the worst years of the flu is like 650,000 deaths. This thing's killed 1 million in under a year and counting.
And when you say 1 million, you're talking about the world or the world? The world altogether.
So,
yeah.
And we're not even through a year yet.
Yeah. Well, Canada is 37 million. During the start of this, it was pretty high. We were at pandemic numbers, right? So They tested and it was at 5% in April, and now we're less than 1%. So if you look at the numbers for the country here, for those who are listening who are in Canada, right? I mean, we're up to 700 last time I checked, the amount of cases in Ontario as a whole, right?
Yeah.
But I guess what you're saying to those who don't believe that this, that the numbers are not as high as they're alluding to, you're just saying that anything can happen to anybody. Like,
again, and my cousin, the word on the street was when they decided to go in for an autopsy, the blood in her brain was as thick as Play-Doh.
And no prior.
None.
She's healthy as a horse.
Well, I mean, and she's 44 years old.
Horse, but I mean,
but probably your regular. You're 44, so your regular aches and pains or whatever.
Yeah.
But no heart issues, no blood-related issues, nothing.
Because the cases that they're talking about are people who have autoimmune diseases. Yep. They are the ones who are the most susceptible. People with diabetes and arthritis and those pre-existing conditions, like they have to be really, really careful, right?
Yeah, and from what we know, there was no priors, so it's frightening. It's absolutely frightening. Now, and I'm also not an alarmist. My father has health issues as well, and some of which are not explained. He actually has something that when he dies, it will be named after him. So I've been exposed to wild or weird outside of the box health issues. This is frightening. And for me now as a parent, it's tough because these kids could come home with this and not even know that they've got it. And my parents have health issues. Again, my in-laws have health issues, and you could kill them and not even know that you've had this, right? So it's just it's frightening. It's like we can turn the page on 2020 as soon as everybody's ready. Like let's just get this going now, right? Like honestly, I'm ready for New Year's. Let's do it.
Yeah. Even though let's do it doesn't mean
I know.
It'll be hopefully we can celebrate and things like that. But like you said, it's there's still going to be the adjustment period, and
yeah. I don't know. And again, too, what do you do with, okay, so is this against your rights if the government mandates that you have to be vaccinated for this? And if so, if you're not vaccinated, how does that affect the rest of this? Like, is it something that has to be mandated, or do you have to wear
Would you agree with that? I don't think that the government has any place to make anyone take a vaccine. They weren't making anyone take the flu vaccine. We don't have enough research with this vaccine right now. When it does happen, people, there's the testing periods, right? Trial and error.
But you're dealing with something here that's far more insidious than the flu. You're dealing with something that is far more insidious than tuberculosis. This is something. I know
there's 8 different strains of it. Yeah, we don't know if someone who has gotten it can get it. Like my sister got it. And COVID. Yeah, she did. And she works at a healthcare facility for seniors. Yep. And she and her husband recovered from, and she's healthy too. So
yeah, see, it's going to be, and on the other side of this too, I was saying this, where did you grow up, Carlene?
I was born in Grenada, but I've been here most of my life. I'm Canadian. Yeah. Okay,
so so people would call you Grenada and Canadian. Can we call you Canadian? It doesn't make any sense. But so I was saying this to a friend of mine. Like one of the joys of growing up in a climate that is under snow for 4 months is the chance and the opportunity to have no bus days, right, due to inclement weather. Are we witnessing the death of a no bus day, wherein at the beginning of the school year, can't your teacher just give out the Google Classroom link, and if the buses can't make it in or the schools are closed, the kids just switch over to online for the day? Like those things where you wouldn't expect the change to be coming. Or even my wife is an interior designer. She works, it's all corporate, it's all large office buildings. One of her main clients is TD Bank. And there was a bunch of projects that were slated to go, and then COVID hit, everything shut down. And now these projects are starting to get ramped up again, but in a different way. Everything is going touchless. So some of the work that was already completed is being torn out, and they're going to touchless cupboards. Or these office buildings are no longer having cafeterias or kitchens. You cannot
Yeah,
right?
It's so strange. I went to the mall before they reopened the mall's food court. It was like a scene out of a movie, Matt. I walked in and there was no one sitting in the food court.
See?
You could only order food to take out to go. And then some people weren't even giving you forks. I asked for a fork and I guess they hadn't gotten the proper forks. So I was like, what's going on right now? I can't get a fork?
I know. Everything's changed.
One thing too that you just take for granted is like, even for me going to McDonald's and being like, can I get a refill? No, because of COVID, we're not giving refills.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know if it's for sanitary reasons, what it is. You can only get a drink and that's it. Like Tim Hortons, you can't reuse the reusable cups. Like you can't, they're not going to, if you have your reusable cup, they're not doing it right now because of COVID. And it's strange. Let me give you a scenario. So I was going to Subway and I needed to get change because my cousin had to give me change. So I went to Subway and I asked for change for $10. They wouldn't give me change. Then I went to another store, same scenario. It's so strange now. Like, because most places are taking debit, they don't want to give you change. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, granted, who uses cash? Carlene, like, come on. Do you still use a phone book? Nobody uses cash anymore.
Don't say nobody's. Listen, I'm not going to mention the store, but I worked at one of the liquor stores and people are still paying with cash, Matt. The older generation, my dad always said to me, cash is king. You know, when you're doing sales on Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji, it's better to get cash because you just if you're doing a debit transaction, you have to make sure that person transfer the funds.
I get it. But it's just, you know, you can flip open your yellow pages with your track and
you're just gonna ram me in there, aren't you? Because I asked for cash because some people, when you're paying someone for something, it's just you just give them a 20. But in this day and age, like people have to adjust. If you weren't paperless before, you jump on the bandwagon.
It's the truth.
You have to start doing mobile banking. You have to start this is a virtual reality. Like, it's so strange. You're talking about your 7-year-old kid. I just took a course and everything was virtual. It's like I met my mentor, my coordinators, my classmates on camera.
This is my kids have FaceTime play dates with their friends. Like, that's no fun because you can't share boogers over FaceTime, right? And that's the fun part about FaceTime, about play dates, right? Look at how big yours has a hair in it. Look at that. That's awesome. Yours is okay. But right? Like,
Don't talk about my boogers like that.
It's just wild to me that this is where we're at, right? And these kids are going to grow up. They're going to grow up in a time where the virtual thing is now not even this is part of the whole social construct.
But
right?
I think that we are going to go back to some in-person interaction.
I certainly hope so.
People are not going to adapt to this. Like, we still have to interact with other human beings. We need to be in touch. This is not like the movie The Giver, you know, where there's, you know what I'm talking about? Like, they've made so many movies on this. Like, you know, technology, you know?
Well, I mean, The Matrix, man. You know, and back to your cash thing, I always wondered, like, if we go cashless, legitimate question though, what do you do? Like, not that I go to strip clubs, but what do you do? Like, what are you going to do? You're going to throw the...
So what about the going to the bar? So we're going to give the waitress...
Here's my debit card?
I'll tip you with debit, right?
E-transfer you 50... Like, I don't understand that, right? Like, it's just... There's a whole lot of...
We're going to have virtual coins. Here you go. There's your $1.25.
You
or
throw
chips.
Your debit.
Maybe they'll have chips or... I don't know. Like some, you'll have like a card with like tip money on it. Here's your tip money for the night, right?
You know, that's not a bad idea. You're the one that's espousing the virtues of cash, and now you're like, we need the tip card, we need this, we need that, we need this. Oh my God!
Well, I mean, if they're gonna do it, if you can't take the horse to the water, then you know.
Right. Okay. So I've been married now 14 years. I've been with my wife 20 years. are you currently single?
I am single. Yeah.
Okay, there's a whole host of questions about the potential for dating during all of this. Like, how does one...
People are saying, like, COVID has made dating like an absolute nightmare. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It has.
Like,
I was dating someone for like a couple months, and I'm going to tell you, our first date was at Pizzaville, and we took our order to go. There's nothing open. It was lockdown. Where are we going?
That's okay. Pizzaville can be romantic. Whatever.
Yeah, we did it. It worked. I call it COVID walks, Matt. I've coined the phrase COVID walks. I'm allowed to do physical activity, and I've become familiar with my neighborhood. But you know what? The whole thing I've gone on Facebook dating too, and I met someone. We went on a couple dates, and we couldn't find, because he was done work so late. We went on a walk, and then we went to McDonald's and had a coffee and dessert, and
it's kind of romantic.
Yeah, we did the outside thing. The second date we went to Woodbine and we walked along the boardwalk. And
so this is fantastic. All right, I got a whole host of questions. So, like, by date number 2, you're probably thinking about kiss, right?
Yeah.
Or are you? Because what if this guy is asymptomatic? What is... I'm totally married.
Oh, yes, okay. I know. But getting closer to this, I kissed the guy. I wasn't like...
Oh, my goodness. See? Like, you're taking your life in your hands here.
Yeah, I know, but...
You don't know where this guy's been?
He told me that. I mean, I'm taking...
Dude, listen, dudes will tell you anything.
Anything. They will.
Right?
Totally.
See, and that's
so what am I doing? Social distance dating?
Well, yeah, but like so let's say with Mr. Right, let's say with Idris.
Now you got me all paranoid. I'm going to get tested again tomorrow. Like,
Okay, but so let's say things went well with Idris, okay?
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. So, what do? You both get tested for COVID now? I don't know.
Well, yeah, but okay. But let's say that the relationship has now advanced to a point where you're like, I really want to get wicked naked with this guy.
Yeah.
What do you do? Like, legitimate question, do you listen, I think we should have some sex. We both have to get tested.
You know what? I am not this paranoid person with COVID. I think we're getting down to the nitty gritty here, Matt. You're asking the
I'm just saying
hard questions. And I'm an honest person, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
mean,
you would just literally, know
what? Let me tell you. Okay, so the guy I was dating, this is a second. This is someone else I went on a date with. This is a separate guy. So
you've been busy.
The first guy that I dated, the one I told you I went to Pizzaville with, we were going out for 3 months, and he's been tested for COVID 3 times.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm not too worried. He works in demolition, and so every time he goes to a job site, they get him tested. So he's tested negative 3 times. So,
Did you call him Demolition Man?
No.
Well, you should have.
I should. We were still friends, so I'll call.
Okay. Can you ask him to cut his hair like Wesley Snipes and dye it blonde?
No.
And just
he won't look good with blonde hair.
No.
No.
No. Come on.
No.
And just run around saying crap.
Black hair. We have to leave it like that. You're just too funny.
No, man.
But you know what? I get what you're saying. I've talked to other women, and this one girl said that one of the guys that she went on a date with, he got tested for COVID for her, and she got tested too. So, I mean, if that's what's going to make people a little more comfortable, then, yeah, it's just like getting an STDs test. So now we're going to get the STDs test and the COVID test.
But for me, it takes a little bit of the spontaneity out of it. It's like, listen,
it does.
Like,
I'm not going to do that. I'm not gonna, if I'm going to go on a date, I'm going to go all in. That's just me that's just my
You are a risky lady.
Yeah, I know.
Or what it is if you're on that dating scene, you just have a routine, you have a COVID, you've been, you're continually actively getting COVID tests, but I'm fine, everything's good, I got it last week, we're fine, rock and roll.
Right? Or I'm not going to go on dates, right? Or
just don't go on dates, yes.
I'm not going on dates, that's it. Yeah. Or we're just going to go for coffee and keep our distance.
Yeah, but what if Mr. Right comes along?
I know, what am I going to do, Matt,
Well... Again, man, if
what advice would you give anyone right now who's dating?
I don't know. I haven't been in the game for 20 years. I don't even know what dating looks like right now.
I know. Like, dating looks like this. It's either you meet someone at a social function like me, I play volleyball, maybe meet someone at the beach, or online dating. There's Facebook dating, there's Bumble, there's Lava Life, there's Match.com, Plenty of Fish.
Seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, you have to create a profile, have a nice picture on there.
Yes.
You're asking the tough questions. I feel like the roles have been reversed. So for someone who's married, you've been married for 14 years.
Yeah, with my wife, 20. Yep.
Where did you meet her? Are you old-fashioned?
Met her at Humber College, and actually, it's interesting. I had 6 months earlier broken up with a girl, and then gone back to school for my second year, and was pursuing another girl, dated her, and then she ripped my heart out of my chest, stomped on it, pissed on it, and then set it on fire. Okay, just destroying it. And I had sworn off of it. I was considering homosexuality or the priesthood. I wanted nothing to do. No, but I wanted nothing to do with females anymore. And my wife pursued me. It was awesome. Yeah, no head games, no nothing. And so I met her there. I don't know
your wife, but she sounds cool. I like her.
Oh, I don't deserve her at all.
Oh, is she's probably beautiful.
Oh, my kids get all of their DNA from her, and thank God.
But you have some good genes. I see the blue eyes and the Irish blood. You know, this is what do you call this show? It's like
sloppy.
No, not sloppy. X-rated.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. Moms and dads, send your kids to bed early.
You know what? It's like we're talking about everything on Carlene tonight. No boundaries.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do we have to? Yeah. But but no. It's
sex
been good.
Sells, Matt. This show's people are gonna be listening because we're talking about sex.
Let's hear this Irish idiot talk about his inadequacies.
I mean, you've been married a long time, so you must be doing something right. Tell the men out there, give them advice, Matt. Tell a guy how to court a woman.
I don't know how to court a woman in 2020. But
being yourself, that's the thing. Just say hi.
I got to tell you.
How are you?
Yeah. And it's the truth.
Stuff.
No, don't be, just be like, I'm vulnerable and I suck at doing this and I'm not great at that, but I'm honest and we can laugh.
I like honesty. Honesty
Me too.
Is good. It works. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Be friendly, honest. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. You know what I mean? On to the next thing, right?
Yeah. On to Idris.
I will be focusing on Idris Elba for this year.
Oh my goodness.
Because
me too.
I tell you, some guys, they can't get their shit together. They really can't.
Most guys can't get their shit together.
Yeah, they can't get their priorities straight. It's like if I'm working 80 hours a week, I can't date at the same time. Like I don't know. That's the problem too.
And you know what too? I feel like when someone says that they're working 80 hours a week, that's a lot of hours. You're probably not working 80 hours a week. Like start breaking that time down. Start breaking that down. 80 hours is a lot of hours.
Well, he said on average, so maybe 70, but still, it's like
that's a lot of hours.
He's working at 7 o'clock in the morning and till 7 o'clock at night. Some days, 12-hour days.
Okay, 80 hours a week or 70 hours a week, but that's not every week. That's probably a bad week.
If you're working in construction,
I don't know, man. I just feel like
60. Yeah, depending on the day. Sometimes he's working longer. Sometimes he's working till 9 o'clock at night, which is crazy, but
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
I know. But you know what I said? People don't always have their priorities straight.
Yeah. And how old is he?
This guy's 38.
See, if you're 38 and single still, you gotta check yourself. There might need to be some work done on you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I'm not knocking single people, but what I'm saying is, you
are you knocking me, Matt? Because I'm single.
What I'm saying is that what I'm saying is that even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while, right? Like, you know, like
even squirrels are finding love during COVID, right?
Yeah, probably the only ones.
Yeah, and dogs too, maybe.
Yeah, I
my
always...
cousin's dog, 9 puppies. 9 puppies.
9?
Yeah.
How's the dog's uterus? Is it okay?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is it destroyed?
I don't know. I saw the pictures of the puppies and I was like,
9.
9.
9's a lot, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Well, okay, so think about it like this. You want to hear about like the strangeness of sex in the animal kingdom, okay? Check this out. So the male bee, okay, is called a drone, all right? Its purpose on Earth is to do one thing: inseminate the queen. That's it. Okay? They don't collect pollen, they don't do any of that. But in order to inseminate the queen, it literally sticks its penis in the queen, and in order to release itself from the queen, it rips its penis off and falls to its death. Now, that's awful, but then what happens is the queen needs to be inseminated multiple times. So the next drone comes in and he rips the previous drone's dick out and puts his in, only to have that one ripped off. And this process repeats itself over and over and over again. Here's that right there is proof that men are stupid. You would just, at some point, evolution would be... Yeah. And at some point, evolution would be like, stop. Just stop ripping your dicks off. Don't inseminate her. It's not worth it. We know it's not going to work. You're going to die after this because the previous one did. You know what I'm saying?
It's a vicious cycle.
It's just proof that men are stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And precisely why Michelle Obama should be in power.
Women will rule the world.
We need you guys. Listen, we've had our shot. It's not working. So
you're saying for 2021, women need to take charge.
I think 2016, 2010, it should have happened, right? When is Michelle Obama coming in? I will become an American citizen just to vote for that woman.
That would be amazing.
Oh my God, she'd kill it. It would be unbelievable.
But I think Candace Owens is putting her.
All right, her too. I mean? Bring them all on. Listen. I watched that presidential debate.
I didn't watch it.
They're both idiots. Like this is right.
Sad world. You don't need much education to run a country.
You don't need any. You also actually, it goes
How
in your
did he
face.
Get there. He's a businessman. I don't know.
If that, have you heard this? He's $427 million in debt. What businessman is $427 million in debt?
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, right? Mm-hmm. And I always
would you prefer Bill Gates or Warren Buffett to run the country?
Well, I always liked the fact that the sexual predator was a better option than the woman. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
Where
did that come from? What?
But just when they voted this guy in, there was all kinds of allegations with this guy. And then you've got Hillary Clinton, who's got a background in politics. This woman knows what she's talking about. Even if she was the devil, it's a better option than...
kind of left a bad taste in America's mouth. The Bill Clinton. Well, I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Bill Clinton has some cobwebs in the White House too.
And no doubt, but you're not putting Bill Clinton in power. You're putting his wife, right?
Yeah. But did they get a divorce yet?
No.
Because
no.
Unless they get the divorce, I don't know if America's going to vote for Hillary.
But there is a guy that must...
I don't think they like Hillary. I don't think they like her. I don't know why. Maybe she doesn't have the appeal.
I don't know. It's better than the other alternative. They
counted the votes.
Oh.
They did, remember? She was like,
if those Clintons have not got a divorce yet, he must be good with his tongue. that guy.
Honestly, he must be good.
Oh my God. The grass, there's so much dew on that lawn. It is unbelievable.
Oh my goodness.
Can you imagine?
My goodness. Bill, if you're listening, Bill Clinton, if you're listening, we think that you know what to do.
Bill's like, hell yeah.
He's like, I'll do it to Monica and I'm doing it to Hillary. You just opened that up right there. You did. You know you did.
Yeah, man.
You did it.
That's why her nickname was Launica, and she had dew on her lawn.
Trade secrets in the White House. Hey, Bill, come on over.
Yeah. Bill, we need
Mad TV skit. Hey, Bill.
We need to broker a brand new.
You forgot something.
What is this show about? It's a lot of cunnilingus talk going on here.
I know. Carlene Tonight is really about relationships, but we've talked about various relationships, and sex adds to relationships. It really does.
Big time.
Right?
Oh,
it's important. Absolutely. And it's important to have a good time.
Especially now.
Especially now. So we're here to educate, to entertain, and hopefully we could do this again.
I'm in. Thanks,
Matt, for making me laugh and thinking about
no problem.
Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton together. How did we get there? You started this madness.
But just close your eyes and just imagine that. She's just
oh my God.
Right? He's just wearing her like a mask.
Sex sells, everybody. Sex sells. It really does. They're going to come out with a video. They are.
Oh, that would be so hot, man.
Matt McFarland, how do we follow you? Where are you on social media?
I'm probably, after this interview, I'm probably taking down all my accounts. Follow me on follow me on Twitter at TGS_Matt. Carlene is having a stroke right now, right here on screen. Yeah. Yeah, at TGS_Matt. GrowingSeasonCanada.com is the website, landscape and such like that. And I promise, on site, we don't talk like this unless you want to. I mean, there's no problem with that.
Next year, Matt will help you with your land.
Yeah.
He'll help you with your lawn. And
your lawn will be dewy.
Next year. It's you. It's not me.
It's me.
It's you. It's you. It's been you all along that's created the madness.
Yep.
But it's good times. It's been a great time.
I should have known that this was going to be freaking chaos. Just chaos.
What's your sign? I swear it's like
I'm a Gemini.
And I'm an Aries. So here we go.
Yeah, no, just chaos. Yeah. Seriously.
Next time we're doing serious talks.
Okay. No, we're not. Yeah.
No, we're not.
This is like giving the kid with ADD and a sugar sensitivity Red Bull and a chocolate bar.
I'm Carlene, and this is Carlene Tonight, your comedic relief with Matt McFarland. Thanks, Matt.
My pleasure.
Thanks for listening to Carlene Tonight.
My heart is larger than the ribs that contain it. My heart is larger than the ribs that contain it.